community, welcome back to another video with Chris, and today we're going to be going over the red deck, the second red deck that was announced for set 21, which was going to be the Power Pole Goku. I don't know what the actual name is going to be for this deck. I will not call it Polku. I think it's a really stupid name. Critku, which would have been kind of a cool name, but that's already been taken by a much worse red leader that came out a long time ago. So we'll see. Honestly, it might not even matter because nobody might play the deck. So we'll kind of actually see. As of right now, there still is no ban list that has been announced. So as of right now, both of these red decks, the prior one that I showed off and this deck, are not really playable in high competitive atmospheres. But if those do get hit, which we are expecting them to get hit, this deck could be a very good red deck. It's got a lot of different tools for it, and we'll go over that here in the video. So make sure you guys like and subscribe. As always, thank you guys for the support as we go on our way to 2,000 subs. So this leader doesn't do much on the front side. It's an attack, draw one, and you awaken at 4 life, or if you have 2 more energy and you have an awaken hidden power Goku underneath your opponent's leader, which then you add a power pole from your deck, you draw a card, and then you take life down to 6. So this is pretty cool. So you actually get to draw, you're basically drawing 2 cards. You get to search your deck for a particular card, which is very good. Searching your deck for a card by itself is good, but then also being able to search the deck just to see what you have in your deck. You can see super combos, tech options, as well as your secret rare. That's a lot of knowledge that a lot of other decks don't have. And then you get to draw a card, and then you strike life down to 6. And you're not awakened, you don't untap. So that's kind of the trade-off, is you're kind of like a draw 2, no untap. So just some quick notes. Not much to really go over with this leader because it's very generically just a mid front side of leader, doesn't do anything. But the Saiyan trait is obviously always good. That's probably the best part about the unawakened leader, that he is a Saiyan, because that's there's a lot of good Saiyan cards out there that you need a red Saiyan leader. Now we have Goku for the sake of family. So this has 2 permanents, reduce the energy cost of power pole by 1 red. And then permanent, if you have a red Goku or Piccolo Z battle card in play, your Son Goku cards with power pole under them gain critical. And then you are a draw 1 when you attack. So again, very generically mid. The leader doesn't do much of anything. Has 2 pretty decent permanents. One, you have an extra card engine that we're going to go over. And then you have a potential critical rush sort of idea where you can give your cards crit, which could be very powerful depending on how good removal is going to be in this next set. So we're going to go right here into the deck profile itself, show you guys the ideas that I came up with, and give you guys a good template to base this list off going into set 21. Alright guys, so we have the list here again. Remember, these videos are always just templates. These are not something that you can just, you might be able to copy and paste this list and do well with it, but this is just a good competitive template you guys can use to base off of if you guys want to add any special tech or some other cards you guys find that are good. The first card we're going to go over is Power Pole. This is kind of what the deck revolves around. So this is under a red Goku battle card, or a red Goku, that Son Goku battle card on top of this gains 5k. So this could be a Son Goku battle card or a Z battle card. Activate main, you choose up to one of your mono red Son Goku cards that cost of 3 or more without cards that have the same name as this card under it. Place the card under that card. So again, this effect here on your awakened side, this effect becomes free, so you're not going to be paying energy for this card. So you place it under a Goku. That Goku then gains 5k, and then activate main. This card under a Son Goku leader, you draw 1, and you choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with power less than or equal to the card on top of this and KO it. So this is very cool. So you have a draw engine. It is limit 1, so if you have multiple Gokus with power pole underneath them, you can only activate this effect once per turn, which is fair. This could be ridiculous if you were able to have like 3 Gokus out and just draw 3 cards for free, but you're basically gonna be able to just have like snap removal for the board, which is very powerful. So if you have a 20k Goku, it gains 5k, it's 25. Now you can kill 25k or less for free. That's very powerful. Obviously, we're gonna run 4 of this card. I don't know why you wouldn't. So we have some of the 1-drops here. We have 2 Krillin, 4 Chi-Chi, and then 4 Ox King. So we have 10 particular 1-drops from this set. This guy, I don't think you're gonna play this guy. You pitch this guy from your hand to add a power pole from your deck or your drop. So this just allows you to recycle power pole. That's mainly the reason why this card's in the deck. 4 Chi-Chi, top 5 for a Goku Piccolo that costs 5 or less. And then if your leader's backside is this particular leader, and your opponent doesn't have a Son Gohan underneath it, when your opponent plays a card or attacks, you get to choose a Gohan from your deck and put it underneath the leader. So that's kind of the whole concept of this deck, is to get Awoken. And both this and the Ox King do the same thing, just Ox King draws a card, which we see this in both archetypes where you have a Searcher and then just a draw one cantrip. So both of these guys will essentially just draw you a card, and then you keep them on board. Your opponent plays a card or they attack, and then you search the deck for this guy here. I don't know where he's at. There he is. You search the deck for this guy here, and then you put this underneath your leader. So this is a 30k body. This card can't be removed from under your leader by a skill other than this card's skill. If your opponent has 4 more energy when your opponent plays a red battle card, with both Son Goku and Piccolo, play this card from into your under your leader into your opponent's battle area. When this card is played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards ignoring barrier, minus it by 35k, and then place this card under your leader at the end of the turn. So this is kind of interesting. Why I say that is that you put this underneath your leader, and then you have the ability of playing it from underneath your leader, right? Now you have to have 4 more energy. Your opponent, so this is saying you have to have 4 more energy, because this is gonna be underneath your opponent's leader. So you can't play this until after turn 4. And then it negs something by 35k ignoring barrier. It's very powerful. Then this gets tucked under your leader, so that way you can't recycle and do it again. Which is why we're running 2 of them in here, just in case we want to be able to do this. But if you are playing like a mirror match, it's going to be kind of weird, because then if your opponent plays a Goku Piccolo card, it will then play on their side, and then they can neg one of your battle cards by 35k. So that's kind of cool. Very interesting, right? So that's going to be kind of cool for mirror matches. I'm going to see how that's going to end up working. We have another 1-drop, which is going to be Son Goten, Journeys Begin. I really like this card. It starts out Unisons, cost 3 or less. I mean, they cost 3. We don't really run Unison in this deck. That's a 3 cost, I don't believe. And then it does search out Saiyans that cost 3 or less, which is very important for some tech cards you have in the deck. One of those tech cards is going to be the Super Saiyan Broly Surging Attack. So I think if you were playing a red deck, you just smack this card into the deck, and you have a very good just curve turn 1, turn 2 play. Or I'm sorry, turn 2, turn 3 play. So you can play it for 2 energy, or for 1 energy if your opponent has more than 2 energy. And it either is well, for one, it's a 25k crit, but when this card's played, you can't play copies of this card for the turn. But then you get to choose one. You either get the KO something 15k or less, or you give your red leader that doesn't have Overlord, and then then you can bottom deck this card. So you can swing for 25k crit, and then you can bottom deck this card to draw a card. That's really crazy. So you don't play one of them a turn, which is fair, but you can just keep playing this card out, and that's very powerful, right? Goten is one of the cards that can actually search this card out. It also searches out some of your other cards in the deck, but mainly for Broly. Another card you can search out, we have the Goku, we have Son Goku Daily Training, and then Son Goku Enduring Fury. Both of these cards, again, are being able to be searched. They both have the same activate main, which is if the Gohan is underneath your leader or your opponent's leader, you can play it for 1. If there's a power pull under this card, you have to search top 5 when it attacks for a Goku or Piccolo that costs 5 or less, so it draws you a card. It's going to essentially draw you 2 cards with power pull, and this card will add a power pull from the deck to your hand. So again, very powerful effect. Both of these will be 20Ks, which meaning you can kill 20k or less with power pull. 3, Piccolo Prideful Strength. This is a negate. You can pay for 1 if the Gohan is underneath you or your opponent's leader, and then when this card's played, you get to choose one of your opponent's Unisons or battle cards and neg it by 15. It's pretty powerful. It's also searchable off of the TCG. 4 of the new Overwhelming Power Goku. This card's probably the best turn, like 1-drop for this deck other than Broly Surging Attack. This is a 20k. When this card's KO'd, it draws you a card, but then you get to choose one of your opponent's battle cards and neg it by 20, which is very powerful. So like if you played this card and your opponent wants to Son Gohan defeating the demon on you, so they'll kill this card, then this card will draw you a card, and then you'll be able to kill the Gohan. So like you're basically sacrificing your Goku for killing a Gohan, and then you get to draw a card. So it's actually not a terrible trade. It's not great, obviously. You don't want to lose this card, but it's a very powerful effect. And then limit 1, when you activate the activate main skill of a power pull under this card, switches to active mode. So if this card does live, it's going to be able to be a dual attacker. So it's going to be if you put a power pull on this guy, it's going to be a 25k crit that can restand and then be a dual attack crit. Very, very powerful card. We have 3 of the Son Goku and Piccolo 8-drop. This is a very powerful card. You play for 2. You get the you place a Goku, a red Goku, or a Piccolo from your drop onto this card, and then this card has the ability of restanding by pitching a card from underneath it. So this card, again, with Power Pole, becomes a 30k. Also will gain crit, so it'll be a double strike crit that also can be a dual attacker as well. Does give your leader a 5k bump till the end of your opponent's next turn, which is also very, very good as well. So it's like almost like the the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the red-black one, that is played in a lot of black decks and red decks. So it's kind of the same concept, but it's a Goku Piccolo. So this is going to be a little bit better for the deck because this is a 30k crit that can swing twice. Secret Rare is going to be Super Saiyan 4 Vegito. I think it's probably the best one to play just because we're going to be spending our energy for other things. Being able to go Vegito, Broly, Goku, and Goku all for under 4 energy is pretty snap turn. And then also being able to play out on the same turn, being able to play out a Gohan for 30k is also very, very good as well. So I think this is like I said, this is probably the best Secret Rare for this deck. Vegeta is not bad. I don't know, if you can play Vegeta as well, but I think Vegeta is just a little bit better. One Overwhelm, just a basic Overwhelm, which is going to be Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta, just because it's kind of the most generic black Overwhelm now. Secret ID is kind of right there as well, so you can run Secret ID, but this just is going to spot remove something, and then it's a 30k body. You can just run Secret ID if you want to, if the format kind of calls for it. That's just going to be a call for the format. 3 Imposing Presence, since we are a Saiyan leader, we can play this card. Very good Floodgate. We have 2 Testing the Ops, 4 Rabbit Super Combos, and then 2 Son Goten Hyper Rush. So this is another card that is searchable off of the Goten that we saw that can search out the Broly. It's a 1-drop in this deck, draws you a card, and then we can make it a 20k double strike. So just another value card. As you can see, most of the cards in this deck are 1-drops, and they're either going to be double strikes or crits or a combination of both. So just having this as another option I think is very good for a red deck. And honestly, this deck probably going to be fairly cheap, obviously, outside of like Vegeta, which is like 150. If you have the Vegetas, it's a $30-$40 card. If you're just playing some of the regionals, you'll probably pull one. This is the money card right here. This is like a $50-$60 card. Again, you just gotta put in the online regionals or like the in-person regionals. This card will kind of go down in price at some point. It'll probably be like a $30 card, $40 card, but right now it's very, very expensive. So that's really the only two right here. You're probably dropping like $300 just on these cards here, which kind of sucks, but they're good cards. If you're playing in high competitive atmospheres with this game, you're gonna have to drop a little bit of money. So side deck, as we always know, we don't really go over side deck in these videos, but we do have a Z deck. So we have 3 Son Goku full power and full blast. 20k, gains barrier on the turn that you play it. If there's a Son Gohan underneath you or your opponent's leader wins card, when your opponent plays a battle card, you get to choose it and make it by 10. It's only once per turn, which I wish it wasn't. That would give this deck a very powerful, just like another, it's like just another good like defensive tool. Whatever. Activate main. If you place 1 card from your hand at the bottom of your deck, you have to add a power pole from your drop to your hand. You can bottom deck power poles. It's probably the best one to do. You just bottom deck a power pole, add this to your hand. Whatever. 2 Piccolo Unleashed Power. This card's cool. So this you Z stack the Goku we just showed underneath this, and this card dies. You get to pitch a card from your hand. You get to play the Goku from underneath it. Very powerful. And then this card also costs 1 less. If there is a power pole under one of your Goku battle cards. So this will be a 1 cost 1 Z energy, a 10k blocker with deflect that also can play out a 20k underneath it for free just by pitching a card. So that's good synergy. This is another card that comes in the set, so that's a good combination there. We also run 1 rush attack, and we run 1 surmounting just to sort of round out, just being able to get down to 5 life or 6 life. Because this is, I mean 5 life or 4 life. This is a awaken at 6 life type of leader, so we need to be able to get down to 5 for testing the ops, and then 4 for our Raditz super combo. So that is the deck here for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, make sure you guys like and subscribe down below. Again, thank you guys for all the support. The content's been a little bit slow. I've been kind of sick, and also just waiting for the rest of the reveals. There's not much else really going on. There's been some tournaments and things like that, but we've kind of just been chilling a little bit, just taking a little bit of a break from going really hard with the content. Also, Battle Spirits did come out, so I did start playing a little bit of Battle Spirits. I will probably make an update on the channel. There will be Battle Spirits on this channel at some point. Just kind of working through the kinks and honestly just trying to get the rest of my cards. I ordered some cards, so we're just waiting for that stuff to come in, and looks like a pretty fun game. We'll go over that in a different video. So, but thank you guys again for watching. Make sure you guys like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.